You know, we both deserve to be happy. Are you happy?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's convincing. Why are we even together anymore?
We have a newborn baby. We just closed escrow. You want to split up?
I want to.
Rick Hong here for Hollywood First Look Features. Today, I am with Tara Miele, and we are talking her movie, Wander Darkly. Tara, I wanted to tell you congratulations. The whole time I'm sitting there going, okay, it's this. No, wait. I think it's this. So thank you for kind of just keeping me on my toes while I was watching this.
You're so welcome.
So where did you come up with this idea and more the title of Wander Darkly?
Yeah, so my husband and I did survive a pretty bad car crash about 7 years ago.
Oh, I'm so glad you're okay.
Yes, we're fine, thank goodness. But there was that sense really like, I was heavily concussed for a few weeks, quite confused, and did have a moment where I thought, oh my God, like that accident happened and I'm dead and this is just what came after. But it was a blip, right? And then kind of coming out of it, I did find myself so overwhelmed with gratitude for the fact that we had survived, so grateful for our messy, delicate little lives. And I really wanted to share that feeling. So that was sort of the impetus. And then the title, it was untitled for quite a long time. I think I had a document that just said love story. And then I had read this Lord Byron poem, and he was talking about scientists in his time were worried about the sun extinguishing. They were predicting that this would happen. And he wrote this poem about all the light in the world going out. And one of the lines is, the stars did wander darkling. And it's like the opposite of twinkling. And I just thought it was such a beautiful way to talk about such a desperately sad thing. And it was sort of what I was trying to do. And it just felt perfect for what Adrienne was dealing with.
I think when I first read it, I was really swept up with the story and where is this going to go and what is actually going on. And I found that really compelling. And so therefore knew that it would be a compelling film, because I didn't see it coming. And then obviously once you're signed on to do something, then the nut that I have to crack is her. And how to map out that performance, you know, it was really complex. It was really confusing. There were a lot of shifts and turns in it that we had to really mark. And then how to kind of stagger the layers of it so that there's an arc to it, that it's not just one thing, but that's all the fun bit before you start shooting.
During production, do you find yourself reflecting a lot? Because like that's what I kind of felt like when I was watching the movies, that, you know, Adrienne's reflecting a lot on her relationship with, you know, Diego's character. So I don't know, like outside of that, if you just kind of find yourself reflecting just on different things as well, and like that helps you kind of relate to the character and to the story.
Yeah, I definitely am a reflective person, and this kind of thing did inspire more reflection. It does. It makes you think about those relationships that you've had and the little moments where you pivoted and gone wrong. If it was salvageable, what's your role? What's your side of the street? What's theirs? What's your perception? What's their perception? How are they at odds? It kind of asks really big questions, and that's what I found interesting about it.
How was it working with Diego? Because Tara just told me that the two of you only had like a week of rehearsals, which she actually said was a lot of time. I thought, oh my gosh, for the chemistry that you two needed to pull the story off, I was like, that doesn't seem like it's a lot of time, but you obviously did it, so.
He's an amazing actor, as you know. He's an amazing man. I don't know if you've ever spoken to him, but he's so warm and loving and kind, and is also a director, so just has a real understanding of cinema and has done theater. So he was kind of, I think if you've done plays, you're willing to just jump in and get messy together, which we both have done and love. But it required somebody who could really be a touchstone for me, that role, because it was so vulnerable and so much grief, and he's really helping her untangle it. And Diego just has that character in him. He's just wonderful that way.
You know, I was telling Tara, and this is the one thing that I love about watching you as an actress, and something I loved watching with you in American Woman, is you crying. I love watching Sienna Miller cry. So I don't know if during the production, if those scenes, you know, like the emotional scenes come sooner or they come a little bit later so you can build your relationship with Diego, because obviously with movies, you don't ever get to shoot in sequence.
Yeah, those ones kind of came maybe in the middle to end. But I think I've done enough crying now in film. I'm done with it. Like, you've seen every cry I have. That's it. I've mined grief. It's done. I need to do something different.
And then finally, like Tara is the writer-director. So do you find that her being the writer-director, you get a truer sense of who Adrienne is, or does she still like leave you a lot to interpret with the character? Because if she had told me that like this is kind of a bait, like she got the idea based on like a real incident with her.
It was definitely really personal to her, and I felt that responsibility. And at the beginning, when I first met her, I found myself kind of studying her and thinking like, which bits of her can I see in her character and in the script? And so there are definite mannerisms that I think I adopted from her, but then we kind of let it go and it became its own thing. And she was very encouraging that happened.
The movie is Wander Darkly. You can find it in theaters and on demand. Until next time, I'm Rick Holland.
What do you think happens when you die? What if it's some extension or manifestation of your fears?
This was the moment when I told you